Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. This panel will be about entering foreign markets through support environments in neighboring countries. And it will be in English because we have guests from our neighboring countries. They will tell us more about their markets, their support system, benefits, and possible synergies for those that are planning doing business there. I am going to introduce them all and afterwards ask them to tell us what makes their country appealing for companies. Firstly, from Italy, I would like to welcome Ms. Lydia Alessio-Verni. She is General Director of Agenzia Lavoro and Sviluppo&Impresa, I hope I pronounced this right, a regional body that links public policies relevant for job creation, training, and entrepreneurship, also developing foreign investments and supporting companies' development. She is a member of the European Commission Expert Group of the Community of Practice on Partnership provided for European Code of Conduct on Partnerships. She is a scientific referee for ScUPgrade Business School, where she brings experience in managing EU funds and knowledge transfer. She has been covering executive roles since 2008. From Austria, we have Mr. Hannes Mick Meixner, Chief Entrepreneur, aka Zukunftsbauer, at Raiffeisen Landesbank Steiermark. I had privilege to spend the day with Hannes at his office in Graz, and although he is with Raiffeisen Bank for 20 years, he's not your typical banker, as he is continuously challenging management to take on new ventures. He breathes and lives all things startup because he enjoys innovation, creating new things, and the speed of development that is a bit different than with large corporations. From Hungary, we have Mr. HEFFNER, Robert, Senior Investment Promotion Expert for Mergers and Acquisitions at Hungarian Investment Promotion Agency. They are focusing on investments larger than 5 million euros. He worked with big names like Siemens, where he was Director of Business Administration at Nokia. He was Head of Finance and Controlling. He was business development at Artworks and other companies like Deutsche Leasing, Credit Lyonnais, ABN, MRO, BAWAG, PSK. He's a man with many experience and connections. And so, since I introduced you last, I'm going to give you a word first. Please let us know what are the advantages of Hungarian market and where can companies find support and synergies?
Dobar dan. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm Robert HEFFNER. It's a privilege to be present in this small conference. The Hungarian Investment Promotion Agency or agency is focusing on large-scale greenfield investments, especially in the industry like automotive sector and in the battery sector lately. But the Hungarian industry is a very diverse industry. We have a very strong pharmaceutical sector, chemical sector, service sector, besides the lately developing automotive and electric, the e-mobility kind of automotive sector. So if I have to summarize very briefly what Hungary and our agency can do for scale-up companies, because as much as I understood, this is the topic of today's conference, how to support scale-up companies going abroad from Slovenia, coming to Hungary. I have summarized some criteria system which is important for the investors, such like the site selection, investment environments, investment incentives, taxation, talent pool, and financing. And obviously, our countries are very similar in the neighborhood. We all belongs to the European Union under the NATO, so the safe and vivid economic environment is there in all countries. What our agency can do is, without going to details, what we do usually for large investments, what might be relevant, we support investors in site selection and evaluation. We have a broad database on available sites where a potential company can set up its factory or rent an office. We have roughly 1,500 sites available in our portfolio, and we have our own real estate developer company under the umbrella of Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, where we also belong to as a state owned and managed company. Investment incentives, obviously these incentives are regarding to investments above 5 million euro investments, and it can be a BIP subsidy or an investment tax allowance, which reduces the the lowest company corporate tax. What we have in Europe is a single-digit 9%. You can further decrease it to 1.8% for the first 13 years of the operation of the company. I think if you consider the tax advantages, it's already a big advantage for any European company to operate in Hungary and put their hub, service center, or headquarter to Hungary. Besides the incentives and the economic benefits of operating in Hungary, it's also important to mention that we have a highly educated talent pool in Hungary, and you can manage to apply this well-educated Hungarians for a comparatively low cost. The Hungarian average labor cost is like 1/3 of the European average, especially comparing to Austria or Italy. The labor cost is significantly lower in Hungary. And regarding financing, we have a well-matured banking system. All banking facilities available, and obviously venture capital funds are there in Hungary to support the activity of startups and scale-ups. And we have crowd funding platforms available for scale-up companies, and a well-functioning deal-sharing platform for those companies like to appear on the international capital market. So, briefly, I just wanted to summarize or pick some of our comparative advantages comparing to our neighboring countries. But thanks to the European Union, the basic parameters are very similar in the region, and therefore the overall investment environment and climate is very similar here in Hungary as as in Slovenia or Austria or any of our neighboring countries. Briefly, that's what I thought would be interesting for this audience. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Next up, I'm going to give a word to Miss Lydia. She's from Italy, and she will tell us what are the advantages of Italian market. Miss Lydia.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Milan, I shared some slides with you. Maybe you can share it.
Yeah, just a second.
Okay. And thank you very much for this invitation that gives us the opportunity to come in contact with other colleagues from neighboring countries, and also explaining which are the competitive advantages of investing in Italy and in Friuli Venezia Giulia as well. Our region, as you know, is a 1.2 million people region, and very, very dynamic and innovative region. We were the first Italian region to be classified like a strong innovator from the European Commission since 2019. The peculiar advantage of investing in Friuli Venezia Giulia is our international environment. We are the first Italian region, like in export volume on the regional GDP. We are an autonomous region. This means that we have like more opportunities to invest in companies and help companies. And of course, our position means that we can be a strategic hub just to enter not only the Central and Eastern European markets, but of course, from your point of view, the Italian market itself. I don't know if Milan can share the slides.
I can't find the slides right now.
Okay, so I can do it.
Please.
Or maybe my colleague, she is here.
Yes, I'm here. I can try.
Thank you.
I just need a second.
Just to have an overview on the main data about Friuli Venezia Giulia, we are having a relevant increase in foreign direct investments in the last years, and also from the countries that are today here represented, but not only. And we tripled our percentage of foreign direct investments in the last 3 years, considering the total of Italy. And Italy itself is having now a good economic context, because GDP, export, and import are all three are really having good results in the last year. So this could be very interesting for investors to consider. They are entering like a dynamic and market. We wanted today to share with you some main information about our ecosystem. Of course, as I told you, Friuli Venezia Giulia is an innovative region. We invest a lot in research and development activities, both from the public side and from the company side. We have a network of industrial parks, 6 industrial parks, and the opportunity to share the benefits from the free trade zone in Trieste. As coming to the innovation ecosystem, we have 12 international research centers, 3 outstanding universities, 3 science and technological hubs, 3 certified incubators, and 7 regional clusters, on which I will give you some more information, because I think that this is a competitive advantage, the opportunity to create a network in our main sectors of economic activity. What we can provide as an agency for the investment attraction and development is a customized support for your business. So we can give you, provide you all relevant information on our economy and our regional framework and network. We can provide you and organize site visits and also help you to choose the best opportunities, like in terms of sites, industrial sites, or also commercial sites. And of course, we can help you to better know our regional grants and subsidy system, which is very rich and complete. So coming to some more detail on our very diverse economic tissue and dynamic economic tissue, we have a network of clusters, and they operate in the most outstanding fields of activity in our region. First of all, the agri-food cluster. For example, we have the San Daniele district, but not only, and of course the okolje production, wine production. And then the culture, creativity, and tourism cluster. As maybe you know, our touristic most important destination, like Grado, Lignano, but also the mountains, and also Trieste itself, and other UNESCO sites that we have in our region. And they are increasing in the number of tourists. And this means that this is a very interesting sector of opportunity for investors. Then we have the wood and home furnishings cluster. Just to share some name of companies like Caligaris and Moroso, and many other companies are from Friuli Venezia Giulia. The metalworking cluster, where we have steel producer, but also all the metal mechanics sector. Just to give you an example, ABS, Pittini, and Danieli are very important companies, but many others are very active in the industry 4.0 sector. The ICT and digital cluster, just to tell you, one company is Beantech, is very important and increasing business in this field. The maritime and technology cluster, and I think that you may know of the supply chain of Fincantieri and Fincantieri itself, that is based in Monfalcone and also in Trieste. And last but not least, the life science cluster. And I think that this cluster may be very interesting for startups and investors, because it's not only increasing in the last years, but also has a it's very linked with all that our region has in terms of research centers and development. We will be at the Bio International Fair in the coming weeks, and so we are really interested in attracting new companies and new possibility of cooperation with this specific cluster. As I told you, we have a network of industrial parks, and so this is where companies, the largest companies, can set up their business and develop their business. They provide a whole range of services, and of course, our agency is at your disposal to choose the best location for your business. Coming to another important competitive asset, our region has a very easy to access and complete set of benefits, spreading from tax reliefs, subsidies, loans, incentives for your investments, non-refundable grants specifically linked to research and development activities, cooperative research activities. And we have also a wide range of free of charge services that are at disposal of companies, for example, for recruiting people, and also for, as I told you, to choose the best site for your business. And Friulia is a financing body that is relevantly held by the region and can also provide capital investment to support business growth on the basis of your business plan. I would like, coming to the end of my presentation, I would like to mention an important project, cross-border project, the Hydrogen Valley, that I'm sure colleagues from Slovenia know very well. And this can be an opportunity also for the companies to invest in this new project dealing with hydrogen, both in terms of research and in terms of investment. As Robert shared with us in his presentation, I perfectly agree. We are part of an ecosystem where the quality of life is very, very high. And so I would like to share with you in the last slide, please, Julia, that we can also share with you a high quality of life level in terms of welfare, in terms of cost of living, and it's a previous slide, thank you. Thank you. And also in terms of course of security. So in our context, we really, Friuli Venezia Giulia is also a place where we have a high standards in services and low cost of living. So this is, I think it's very important also for companies and for people working for your companies. Our agency is, of course, at your disposal for any relevant information, for all services related with your business, and for meeting you and examining together your business plan or your plans for expansion. And I leave you also our direct contacts. So thank you, Milan, for this opportunity, and see you soon in other meetings.
Thank you, Lydia, for this lovely presentation. Next up, I'm going to give a word to Mr. Hannes Meixner from Austria. Hannes, are you with us?
Yep. Hi from my side. I'm sorry for the way I look. I've just come from the swimming pool, so I look a bit more like a panda bear than usual. What can I tell you about Austria? I think so many things have been said already. And maybe I should start off by saying what we are not. So we haven't got the really low tax system that you heard about in Friuli and in Hungary. We haven't got super low labor cost. And if you're looking for those things, then don't come to Austria. It's the wrong place to be. Usually when I do present Austria, and especially Styria, the region about Graz, where we are mostly based, I start off by saying that it is a very nice region to live in. But you're all in Slovenia, and Slovenia is just equally beautiful, and it's even closer to the seaside. So that's no argument here. And really what I'm going to tell you are 2-3 arguments and not much more. If I was a startup in Slovenia, what possibly could make me come to Austria is entrance to the German-speaking market, entrance to the DACH region. It's a 2-hour drive from Ljubljana to Graz. We all know that. And Graz is maybe quite suitable for anybody who wants to enter the German-speaking market coming from Slovenia. Why? Because you've got 60,000 students in Graz. You've got 6 universities there. So if you're looking to really expand into the DACH region, you've got the human resources there with a very well-functioning startup ecosystem. So you're bound to be able to find the people you need in order to really give a push to your startup. And this is something that we as Raiffeisen Landesbank have discovered for ourselves. This is something that I can offer you as well. I'm currently sitting at our accelerator close to the major university of Graz. Well, actually, it's in a university building. And the accelerator is called the Hummer Nest. What we are trying to do with the accelerator is really to bring in international startups into the Graz ecosystem, because this is the last piece of the puzzle that we lack. We want more international exchange, and we want to have more international ideas to incubate each other and to learn from each other. The Hummer Nest itself is essentially maybe one of the best examples of a Slovene-Austrian cooperation, because the accelerator is run by Transformation Lighthouse. That's Urška Jež with her team, and Urška Jež was the one who established ABC Accelerator in Ljubljana. So we are already living the cooperation between Slovenia and Austria. We've got Slovene startups already in the accelerator, and I think it might be the best idea for anybody that's thinking about partly relocating to Austria to have a chat with those startups that are already doing this and asking them about the advantages and disadvantages of doing so. To sum it up, I think you've got a super dynamic startup scene. You've got 60,000 students. You've got a lot of industries clustered around the startup activities. You've got the super nice accelerator, and the most important thing is it's an easy access into German-speaking markets, just a 2-hour drive from Ljubljana. But really what I'm interested in is if somebody wants to know more, just hit me with questions, because I think that might be the most productive way. And I can link you up as well with people in Styria, with the institutes that hand out grants and subsidies, where you can find the office space and so on and so forth. So really happy to be here and looking forward to some questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannes. If anyone has questions, please post them in the chat and we will ask our panelists. In the meanwhile, I saw that we had another panelist joining us. It's from Croatia, Mr. Frane Šesnić. And he is a CEO of Zagreb Innovation Center, the nation's leading business support organization for entrepreneurship, building an ecosystem based on innovation and strong business competence focused on high tech. They have an incubation and acceleration program working with young PhD scientists and University of Zagreb on knowledge transfer from lab to market. He led the creation of first innovative financing instruments for startups. He was chairman for Zagreb Forum. He has 9 years with Zagreb Connect, and in 2019, he initiated Startup Europe Regatta, a business event for fintech and green tech high-level networking. Frane, I'm going to give a word to you, and please let us know what are the advantages.
Sorry, I can hardly hear you. Some noises. Okay, now it's better.
Okay. If you could just tell us what are the advantages of the Croatian market, why should our companies be there, and how they can cooperate with Croatian companies.
Hi everybody, so my name is Frane Šesnić. Thank you for your introduction. Zicer stands for Zagreb Innovation Center. We are one of the biggest hub in Croatia. We are focused on innovative startups, especially ones that create their own product in high tech. We are not specialized in any kind of field, but we are open for all innovation, and also we support technology transfer for R&D institutions like universities and other research institutions. We cooperate with a lot of companies here, and we try to build the synergy among the community. So we connect the business, the startups, R&D institutions, and local government. Our founder is the city of Zagreb, and we start a good cooperation with the Zagreb companies that are clustered in Zagreb Holding. So what are the benefits to collaborate with Croatian startups? Definitely to share the knowledge and the resources, so the startups can collaborate by sharing the knowledge, the expertise, and all the specific resources they can include. We can organize together many, and we do organize a lot of conferences, workshops, meetups, so where founders and developers and some industry experts can share and exchange the ideas and insights. So everybody can leverage each other and strengthen the experiences, and we all together can accelerate our growth to overcome some common challenges, since in the region which is around us is very small comparing to the global markets. So we have very small markets where we can only test our products, but we cannot scale so much. So I think the main goal in cooperation would be also how to go together in the global market, and how to share the experience, how to reach the global market. Also, there are some possibilities to do the cross-border investments. We are already experiencing that. Some Slovenian VC funds are very popular here in Croatia. They do a lot of investments here. What else we do? We have a great accelerating program, Startup Factory. Also, we are now preparing a new one that is dedicated to global growth. So we are trying to find and boost a little bit more mature startups, and to help them to have some strategy and model to expand in the global markets. So we would like to boost also the transnational investment and cooperation among the startups and VC funds, and also we could share good examples within the incubation acceleration programs. Also we can do some industry specific collaboration. We have lately significant growth of health startups, of agri-tech startups. I think everybody needs it, and we can share and exchange the knowledge in those fields. Also, I'm using this opportunity to invite all of you on the event that are preparing for the October 4th to 6th in Split, Dalmatia, Croatia. So this event will have the biggest startup expo, open startup expo, open to public on Split Riva. It's the main square of the city of Split, very popular one, where there are lots of tourists. So we expect about 100 startups that will have their expo on the main Split square. Also, we will have the conference within the ancient part of the city in the basement of Diocletian Palace. He was a Roman Empire, and that palace was built 2000 years ago. So it is very attractive. You can Google it and find our website on startupeuroperegatta.com. So we will talk about talents. We will talk about new development problems regarding the new technologies like artificial intelligence, And we will have the topics also regarding the green tech, energy efficiency, artificial intelligence, and actual topics relevant for the global issues. Okay, I don't know if I have said everything regarding your question.
I hope you did. I asked our audience to write any questions if they have them. I'm still waiting if anybody has any additional questions. But if there will be no more questions, the next panel will be in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and we can make a short break. Okay, I guess everyone said everything that was need to be said. You answered all our questions. Thank you all for being with us. Thank you for sharing this useful information. I hope that now we have a better view of what are our neighboring countries' ecosystems like, where to turn if they need any help. Thank you to all my panelists, and we will continue this at 11:30